Couples content is something that I hate the most about, the internet because it doesn't seem like authentic because most of the time couples content, derives from, the two couples doing something that is supposedly loving, but in actuality, it's all an act. Just to show that they can get, more followers who feel that sense of love because love is something that is amazing to feel. And once you have that feeling, it's a sense of, like belonging and, you found something like that. Because there's an issue going on here with, Mr. Peculiar and Mrs. Peculiar. Well, I could say his ex, girlfriend, because holy, oh my God. If you've seen on, you can go to, TikTok and search up Mr. and Mrs. Peculiar drama, and you'll find out that, like, their relationship blew out to a astronomical proportion of, you know, death threats, threats of offing themselves, threats of, slaughtering somebody's whole entire bloodline. Where I'm like, what the hell? What's going on? Because for the past like 8 months, I've been seeing, them having, lovey-dovey couples content where I was like, I don't like that. Not because I hate, seeing couples content. It's just that I don't respect it because you yourself, you're trying to portray yourself as a loving person, but in actuality, you're trying to hide. I feel like you're hiding something. Like you're hiding something very, very crazy that you don't want the general public to, know. So I was just scrolling down on TikTok, just looking for some ideas. Then I just saw there, Mr. and Mrs. Peculiar. Let me just say, Mr. Peculiar and Jade. That's her name. Mrs. Peculiar is actually Jade, and actually his ex. So I was just scrolling down, going through TikTok, just minding my business. Then I saw bro is going on, live. I don't know that another hand was talking about how Mr. Peculiar was mistreating, his ex Jade, saying that he supposedly GBV, and I was like, oh my god, this is crazy because I never even thought about the situation like that because it literally happened 2 days ago. They broke up. Allegations coming because there are actually allegations, like allegations comes out that he was mistreating her, doing all kinds of crazy things that he didn't even do because he doesn't seem like the type of guy to do that. But Jade on the other hand seems like a crazy bee. I'm saying she's a psycho. Like she's literally just crazy, going on, threatening that guy, Mr. Peculiar, saying that she's gonna, get revenge, get her get back, doing this, that, and the third to just get some revenge from whatever reason that they broke up. I think Mr. Peculiar broke up with her because he feels like he was being in a threatening or, like, let me just say, over possessive relationship because him and his girl were in like a normal relationship, lovey-dovey, whatever. But there comes an instance where you see somebody's true side, and they start presenting the things that you don't like, and when you see that that piles up, the reasons why you want to break up with that person, it piles up into a big dumpster pile of doo doo where you're like, okay, it's time to break up. We don't let's see other people. We don't Our energy is not aligned and whatever, which is cool to do because if you see that you're not compatible with this person, it's fine to break up in a cordial way. But that didn't happen in that situation because it seems like Mr. Peculiar and Jade are both gonna are going through heads with one another, and Jade herself said that she's gonna threaten him with the the feminist alliance. I don't know what's the name, the organization, female organization that deals with the mistreatment of women, and GBV, and accuse him for doing the X, Y, and Z, and she even threatened to off herself because she didn't want to be away from him. Where I'm like, oh my god, like Like that's why you don't go for those them crazy hunts, dog. Like those crazy chicks, nah, bro. You're supposed to leave them alone because you're gonna suffer a situation where you yourself are gonna have to solve the problem that you had with ex with your girl, and then you have to be careful where you move because apparently she tried to breaking into his house where he was like alone and whatever, threatening to, you know, off him and whatever. Which I'm like, oh my god, like it can be that deep to the point where you literally wanna, you know, find this person and actually trying to off them because you yourself can't move on or you feel like you feel disrespected. I think she has like a possessive and crazy mindset to the point like she's very possessive and she feels like if she can't have him nobody can. Like dealing with that type of person is actually scary because yeah, you can't move on. Even if you like, you have to change locations. Not gonna lie, because now he also has, you know, her group of like I think friends or group of, you know, followers that are from her page trying to threaten him and diminish and, you know, just put on like a smear campaign against his name and trying to ruin his reputation, saying that he's a terrible person, he did GBV allegedly. But in this situation, I can see that bro is just like a helpless bystander because he doesn't know what to do in this situation because he's in a situation with a girl who's trying to ruin his life because he didn't like her anymore, which is kind of crazy because now the police were called, threatening him to saying that he's gonna ruin his life, and Jade herself is going through a, you know, tantrum on, you know, social media, and now bro's trying to, you know, manage the situation and saying that, trying to deny everything that he didn't even do. Like this situation is kind of crazy, but in action, like hi, bro. This is why I don't like, you know, online, you know, relationships because once I think that's the reason because the relationship was only like 8 months and bro was treating her like it's the missus, like that's the wife. And I think that caught into her brain saying like, hey, I'm his husband, pause. But hey, this is my man because I'm the missus. I think that's the situation where she was going like crazy because she thought that they were actually gonna be in an official relationship, but in actuality, they were just boyfriend and girlfriend. But now, after they broke up, she feels lost and she doesn't know what to do. She feels, you know, abandoned because he doesn't like the energy and the way she's moving because right now after the breakup like crazy things are going on where I'm like damn, from the outside looking in it seems like it's a dumpster, let me just say dumpster fuck of a relationship, being honest, because I'm trying to sugarcoat it, but that bitch crazy, bro. That bitch crazy because oh, like bro, like just because you can't get this day anymore you want to go around social media claiming that he's a domestic abuser, doing this, that, and the third. Uh, like, bro, like, you're ruining somebody's, you know, reputation because those allegations ruin careers, ruin lives, bro. Because there's a lot of people who are falsely accused of doing heinous acts against the opposite gender, but those were just allegations and were not true. But they ruined that person's reputation, and that person couldn't get any roles, couldn't get employed, couldn't get anything they wanted to do in life because they were being accused for false allegations. Like, hey, bro, like, I hope that he fixes the case, you know, puts like a restraining order, takes her to court, and does everything in his power to get this girl off him because if this continues it's gonna ruin his reputation, bro, because Hans don't want, like, girls don't like a guy who has like a crazy ex. Even vice versa, nobody likes a person who has like a crazy ex that can't move on, or they have, or let's say you are the specific person and you have like crazy allegations towards you, you're gonna scare away potential partners to the point where you're gonna be even scared to even be in a relationship yourself because you fear that people are gonna judge you or people are gonna reject you because you're in that particular relationship. But I hope my prayers and condolences goes out to Mr. Peculiar, and I hope that he separates himself from Jade. He gets a restraining order, like I said, blocks her, moves to a different area that she doesn't know, because if this continues, bro might be in serious, and I mean serious danger. But this is Matt signing out. Peace.